Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So wow, this small little thing is a full-blown computer and a very powerful one at that too. Welcome to the unboxing and first look of by far the coolest thing to come from Apple HQ this year, the Mac Mini. This is the first time ever for me owning a Mac Mini. I haven't even seen online unboxing videos yet as I want to experience this firsthand. So here goes. And the Mini is right on the top. Wow, this is really tiny and it is surprisingly light as well. I was expecting it to be a bit more heavier. And then you get a lengthy braided power cable in black color. And in this tiny circle, it consists of the paperwork and yes, no Apple stickers. Let's get back to the Mini. It is amazingly small. I've seen the last gen and compared to that one, this is really tiny. Look at this in comparison with the iPhone 16 Pro Max, so you can get the size perspective. It's an incredible engineering feat. Apple managed to squeeze all that power into this tiny little thing. The size of this is only 5 inches by 5 inches with 2 inches of height. What I have here is a base model costing £599 here in the UK. It has the M4 chip in its 10-core CPU GPU configuration with 16-core neural engine, and finally Apple ditches that low base 8 gigs of RAM and gives us a respectable 16 gigs here. This used to be an expensive £200 upgrade on previous Macs. We recently paid that extra on our M3 MacBook Air, which I reviewed as well. I'll link it down if you wish to check it out. So I'm really loving this 16 gig base RAM configuration. And it is like this now on all Mac products, which is amazing. And we really have to thank Apple Intelligence for this, as it seems on Mac OS, for Apple Intelligence features to run smoothly, having more RAM is better. Let's look around. At the front, on this base version, we have 2 USB-C ports and they are USB 3 supporting 10 gigabits per second speeds. To the other side, we have a status LED light and a 3.5mm headphone jack, which is really nice and convenient. At the back, we have the power port, then the gigabit Ethernet port, then a HDMI port, and then 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports, which support 40 Gbps and they work as display ports as well. On the M4 Pro model, these ports are Thunderbolt 5. Nothing onto the sides, just smooth premium aluminium, which is very cold as well. Towards the bottom, we have that controversial power button tucked away here. Now, Apple could have easily placed this at the front and it would have looked cool as well, but not sure why they did this. I will use it and tell you if it feels awkward to reach. And then the entire cooling system is at the bottom as well, with this new clever design which takes in cold air from one side and sends out hot air from the other. Now, let's plug this into my monitor setup here and power it on. It's a weird thing, as unless you have a fully configured setup along with a mouse and a keyboard, I feel there is really no way to get into the system here. And this mouse and keyboard needs to be USB connected and not Bluetooth, because unless you get into the system, there is no way of pairing that via Bluetooth. It feels really weird. And it's been decades since I owned a desktop computer. It's always been laptops for me. So this kind of feels nostalgic here. So thankfully, I've got everything hooked up for my Windows laptop setup. So I'm just going to use that. First, connect the power cable to the Mac Mini, and then one USB-C cable goes into one of the Thunderbolt ports at the back. And here we go. Oh, I almost forgot. This one has got an inbuilt speaker as well. A quick little setup later, we have Mac OS Sequoia here. Right away, I want to try iPhone mirroring, and wow, I simply love this feature. I can now fully control my iPhone from here. We don't have Apple Intelligence yet in the UK here. We'll have to wait till December, but we have all the other features like extra controls on Safari when it detects a video, passwords app, live audio transcription on notes, math notes. So we get all of that. Let's check the prowess of that M4 chip under the hood. Here are the GeekBench scores, single core, multi-core, and then the graphical scores. I don't have to reiterate this, guys, but The M4 chip is a beast. We already saw this in the M4 iPad Pro, which I reviewed on my channel as well. You can check that out. So this M4 chip paired with the 16 gigs of RAM, you should get amazing performance out of it. Now let's check that inbuilt speakers. I'll pick my iPhone 16 Pro Max video, and here goes at full volume.
Okay, the color does look nice in person. It is quite muted. But before I go any further, I need to check for marks on that titanium rail. As last time, the blue titanium iPhone had a tiny scratch on it right out of the box.
They sound pretty decent. You can rely on them for your FaceTime calls or watching YouTube videos. Okay, now let's power it down. Usually most people put it to sleep, but I want to test that power button. So here goes. The system is off, and then to turn it back on, okay, your finger won't slide in. You'll have to slightly lift the Mac Mini and then power it on. It's inconvenient, yes, but hugely, probably not. I can totally live with this without any issues, but I still feel that a front power button with the LED light incorporated into that would have been great. So that's the quick first look of the Mac Mini. Really guys, that size and that power inside shouldn't really exist together, but Apple made it possible, and this base 600-pound configuration is the cheapest way to get into Mac ecosystem and seriously offers amazing value. I'll test it further and we'll also make a video on who should buy this Mac Mini. It won't be long. I'll try to post that video as soon as possible. So please stay tuned, guys. That's all for now. If you have any queries about this product, if you want me to test it in some way, please do let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll try to accommodate that into my next video. So that's all for now. As always, thanks a lot for staying with me until the end. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.